Fonz there, leading the league in assists. He's going to looking to build on that tonight at home in front of this Red Bull crowd.
Chicago Fire, fresh from their second victory of the campaign. Unsurprisingly unchanged, and a big day for those in the centre of midfield, Kalen.
Yeah, I'm looking at those double pivots with Fabian Herbers and Kellen Acosta as far as being able to build out at times, pick their moments, and try to break that Red Bull press. When they try to get out in those moments in transition, they have to find that number 9, Kuipers, up top with service.
Two of the old guard, two former foes, and away we go. In the northeast of the United States for a clash with two cities that simply demand sporting success, attention, adulation and admiration. Red Bull flying, Chicago flirting, and now Kalen Carr, we get to the stage of the season where identity and maybe even expectation becomes a little clearer. How much victory would help that today?
Yeah, absolutely. And you think about this point in the season, about a month and a half in, you start to see teams' true colors coming through. The beginning of the season, you can maybe throw away a bad result and say, well, we're still figuring ourselves out. But both teams, I think, have given a real impression of who they are. Red Bull, for me, have been one of the surprises of the season, exceeding expectations under Sandro Schwartz, not just in the results, but in the style of play, the way they've adapted so far. And for Chicago, coming on the road here, tough task going against this team.
And Chicago Fire in the early stages to interrogate, and Manny Selassie as well as Acosta on the edge as well. Selassie with the ball across, it's Suket with the ball played in and hoisted high into the New Jersey sky and behind. An energetic start from Chicago Fire at Red Bull Arena.
Well, they'll be coming in confident, coming off that home win against a good Houston side, and especially the way it happened, getting the late winner through Gutierrez, who starts once again on the bench. But Shaqiri had a fantastic match with a goal and assist, needs to build on that coming into this tough environment.
New York leading 3 for the second time this season. Chicago with 2 wins in the last 4. Of course, their last road victory came here at Red Bull Arena back in October of last year. Now they have some defending to do with Morgan and co charging down. Elber's looking to get a piece of it. Here's Carmona. Tolkien to ask the early questions. Really well shepherded out, and Meyer showed an interest, as did Stroud. And Carmona let fly. Easily gathered by a Chris Brady save, and the energetic end-to-end start, as we assumed it would happen, Kalen, is exactly how it has started.
Yeah, you can see the statement of intent here from Red Bull, looking to hit on that counter-attack, going from that corner kick from Chicago all the way in the other end, and Lewis Morgan carries it all the way down, and the second ball is really important tonight. An early one goes there to Frankie Amaya once again. Seems to always be on the end of these ones for anything that drops down in that midfield.
Dinking forward now to the edge of the penalty area. The effort towards goal by Von Serre is appropriately shepherded. It'll be the left foot of Tolkien or the right of Forsberg. It's the left foot of Tolkien, high hanging ball in towards goal. Woodworker's clipped. Chicago Fire clear the danger, just about. And now Xherdan Shaqiri showing interest, but here come Red Bull New York again. Emil Forsberg unable to find a Red Bull player. Fabulous chance from the home side, Kalen.
Well, it starts with just a little bit of a step here from Forsberg, which gets the line to drop just a bit, and then the ball comes in from Tolkien, and Reyes is the target initially, but ghosting in just behind him is Lewis Morgan. It's a great save there from Chris Brady to get his eyes on that one through a crowd, get a strong enough shoulder on it to push that one off the post. Big chance there from Red Bulls on the set piece.
Not so far. It's been a typical game here at Red Bull Arena, full of life, energy and end-to-end action. Schieholz, Wolfsburg and FC Köln in the German Bundesliga. Having gone knee, putting the ball into touch and winning a throw for Chicago Fire. The Venezuelan midfielder in the role of senior pest in the early stages. Schieholz. Commandingly in mid-flight and back into the path. Coronel, the goalkeeper for Red Bull New York. Ela thrust back into the starting 11. Starting the first 4 and came off the bench in the last 2 games after some injury concerns. Nevis. And Reyes. And delivered into the path of Tolkien. Tolkien's early ball in for Emil Forsberg! Reyes. Müller. Free kick here for Red Bull New York. Once again, given an example of how they operate. So 15 minutes at Red Bull Arena. Will be joining us late. Here is Morgan. Into the path of Tolkien. John Tolkien's ball across goal. Knocks away by Arigoni. And now Frankie Amaya. Took out the far corner. In the end, a rather routine save for Chris Brady. Haile Selassie. Twisting and teasing. Haile Selassie. Catching practice for Carlos Coronel.
This is the spot you want to find Shaqiri in, just on the backside of that midfield, and then from here, he finds it out wide to Maran Haile Selassie, but just not a lot of active runners in the box, just looking for combinations. That's the part where it's broken down for Chicago in the final third. Need to find some more movement and then try to play through this Red Bull side. It's well defended there.
Stepping a little forcefully. Test Chris Brady and Chicago Fire. Roseberg's ball in across goal, it goes! And in the end, over the bar. Morgan once again loitering full of intent.
Yeah, and once again we see him on the back post, and it's a relentless run here. You can see him and Maran Haile Selassie getting tangled up, and he fights through it, shows his just will to get to that far post and tries to just get on top of it, but can't in the end tuck that one under the crossbar. But Lewis Morgan, threat each time now, just ghosting in on that back post.
11 goals scored so far this season. Shaqiri's ball in, the referee halting the play momentarily. Here's Salkvist, the player on the ground.
Let's take a look at this. Oh, you can see the right arm from Andres Reyes swinging up.
The referee says no yellow cards. In fact, it is a red card. A red card for Andres Reyes. Selassie's ball in, repelled by Amaya. And with that goes the whistle and the end of the opening 45 minutes at Red Bull Arena in October of last year. How they would love a repeat of that. Second half underway from Red Bull Arena. Red Bull New York versus Chicago Fire. You're watching MLS Season Pass on Apple TV. Ball in, it's repelled momentarily by Nilis. Shaqiri once again. So then Shaqiri. Arnaud Souquet combining with Haile Selassie. Shaqiri. Pineda. Force away through. This ball was repelled, only as far as Shaqiri! Straight down the throat of Carlos Coronel.
We've seen Frank Lopez move Shaqiri to this right-hand side a little bit. When this knockdown comes, that is the position you want to find him in. Such clean striker of the ball, able to strike through that. He's scored some spectacular goals over the years for both club and country. Great opportunity there.
Shaqiri again, surprisingly in the thick of the action. So can Shaqiri test Carlos Coronel and Red Bull New York? Shaqiri's ball to the near post, up into the sky it goes, not completely cleared away. Costa showed an interest on the cusp, as did Emil Forsberg. Souquet. High with Sean Nilis. Here comes Chicago again though. Müller up against Tolkien. Müller's ball in, Kuipers! And behind.
It's a really good ball in here from Chris Müller here, who gets sized up one-on-one with Tolkien. Just puts it on that right foot and stands it up to the back post there to Kuipers. Noah Isla does a good job of just coming in to get enough of him, not to allow him to rise up and knock that one on frame.
As you can see, the evening ends prematurely for Kellen Acosta. Gaston Jimenez into the fray, as is Brian Gutierrez, a player that you mentioned earlier on, Kellen. You were surprised didn't start here today at Red Bull Arena.
Yeah, and like for likes as far as positions go, so keep the same structure of the 4-2-3-1, but Jimenez is going to step in and so good on the ball. Question a little bit of being able to cover ground against it, but now with the lion's share of possession up a man, he seems to suit the match a little bit better, and then Gutierrez brings a little bit of that dynamism that they've lacked, that stretching in behind. I think he'll be able to build off that confidence from last week and look to make the difference.
Eager to play quickly. Here's Forsberg. Tolkien. Amaya tipping through for Carmona, the recipient from the back heel, and Brady clearing away. Well, these are the match rankings presented by Target. Forsberg and Marin Haile Selassie on top in terms of shots taken thus far. Kellen, what's your thoughts on that particular statistic?
The two most dangerous chances have actually been Lewis Morgan on the back post with the headers in the first half, and unable to take advantage of it, but this match completely shifted with the red card. Andres Reyes making a poor decision, and it's completely changed the complexion of this match.
Well, then here is Gutierrez, perhaps an opening for Chicago Fire. Gutierrez, a try! Good save from Colonel, and instantly Brian Gutierrez showing what he can offer. But nearly 20 minutes into the second half, Kalen Carr, what's the observation?
I think Chicago having the ball, but need to up the tempo in possession to be able to move this Red Bull team from side to side. Seen often them settle for long balls into the box or going to the wide areas. You know Red Bull are going to play narrow, being down a man.
And Morgan find a way in behind here. It's Lewis Morgan! Good save by Brady. Morgan again! First real sign of life in the second half from Lewis Morgan.
As far as those recoveries as well as rest defense, so you have to play out quickly, and each time Chicago have had opportunities, have not been able to take advantage.
Arigoni. New York pile the bodies forwards into Elias Manuel. Who can he conjure here? Elias Manuel let fly! Brady with the save! And still, Red Bull New York unable to find a way through. 7 minutes of added time. 7 minutes for either side to find a winning goal. Here's Elias Manuel with support in the shape of Meyer and Morgan. Elias Manuel off the woodwork, not cleared away, and off the other post.
Starts off a poor turnover here from Shaqiri, who's just careless, giving that ball away, and Elias Manuel carries this one forward. Just tries to curl that in, it goes off the post, and then this one has to be a goal.
Xherdan Shaqiri. And there goes the final whistle. A point apiece.